An Appleton man now formally charged after a shooting early Saturday morning at the Oneida Casino in Ashwaubenon.
Investigators say the victim was shot in the back in the casino's parking ramp, and according to the criminal complaint, the suspect is the victim's brother. In a First Alert update, Samantha Cavalli shares how Oneida is reinforcing its safety practice to customers.
A night at Oneida Casino turned violent early Saturday morning after investigators say an argument between two brothers ended with one being shot.
The defendant is alleged to have shot his brother in the back as he was walking away, and he was apparently heavily intoxicated at the time.
39-year-old Longtow of Appleton is now charged with attempted first-degree intentional homicide, among others. Court documents say Tao and his brother had been drinking and gambling before Tao brought up past issues between them and asked him to step into the parking garage. Near Tao's vehicle, the victim told police Tao grabbed a handgun and cocked it. As the victim turned to walk away, investigators say Tao shot him. The victim told police Tao then stood over him, pointing the gun at his head, and drove off after the victim told him, "I love you."
The defendant also has 2 prior restraining orders against him by domestic partners, including one from earlier this year, and there was a firearm restriction.
The safety of our team members was, our main priority, and that was what we focused on immediately.
Oneida Casino and Hotel CEO Taryn Webster says the casino security team quickly stepped in, rendering aid and sharing information with law enforcement. Deputies found Tao's car on Highway 172, about 7 miles away.
We do have a 24-hour surveillance system that covers not only the property but the surrounding area as well, along with a detection system that is operational 24/7 at all of our entrances.
Weapons are prohibited inside the casino and hotel. Webster says signs are posted throughout the property. She says the shooting was contained to the parking garage and there was no interruption on the casino floor.
That's our main priority every day, 24/7, is that the customers and our team members are always safe.
Tao's bond was set at $750,000 cash, with a court date scheduled for late July. In Ashwaubenon, Samantha Cavalli, Action 2 News.